What's up, guys? This is Brave, and I am back with another review of Growing Up Hip Hop LA. This is season 6, episode 12, I believe. The episode is titled Don't Start the Fire. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Oh, wait, actually, I did see that there was an interview that Sam in Egypt did with Tasha K, and I am definitely going to be talking about that at the end of this video. But for the time being, let's talk about the actual show. So we start the episode off exactly where we left off, and that is with Egypt attempting to have a solid performance. Now, guys, let's break down this performance because I was confused by her walking out there, and instead of performing on the stage, she walked down the steps and performed on the same level as the audience. I'm like, girl, why are we doing this? But anyways, as far as Egypt as a performer, yes, she tried to put in some dance moves and all that, but at the same time, I was like, Brad, I was annoyed by Sam because Sam was trying to hit his 8 count right behind her. He was singing over the track. Sam was doing a lot, and it was very distracting because he doesn't want this girl to shine. It's clear. As far as Egypt's overall performance, I say it was okay. That was pretty much about it I can say, because to me, I did not understand what she was singing. I don't know what she was talking about in that song. So, yeah, it was a no for me. Now, we get to the last performance of the night. Oh, wait, actually, I want to talk about what the judges said. Of course, Pep loved it because it's her daughter. Luke, he has said nothing important. But I did like when Brad asked her, like, oh, are you writing your own material? Because I can tell that you are kind of uncomfortable in certain parts of this performance. Brad was the only person who was actually giving good advice. So, next thing you know, they roll out this monitor, and it's actually Bree's performance. So, as we already know, Bree was not there, and she had pre-recorded her performance. I must say, did I like the song? Absolutely. It was a total vibe. I kind of wish that she was there so that she could have done it live. I really do, because I think that she probably would have won the competition. So, when it came to the judges' critiques, Pep didn't say much. Brat was like, I like the vibe, I like her voice, and I like that she didn't even care to, get dressed or comb her hair, because Bree was looking a bit rough. And y'all already know I like Bree, and I really do like Brianna. I think she's so cute, but she was looking a bit rough on that monitor. So now we get to who is the actual winner. And that was going to be a 3-way tie between, it was Egypt, what's his name? JoJo's artist. I can't remember the person's name. And I want to say Little Twist's artist. I think that's who actually won this 3-way tie. Overall, what do I give the showcase? Sure, it was an opportunity for new people to, perform in front of some OGs. Great. However, to me, Savannah was a terrible host. Just saying. And then when Eric got on the mic, I'm just like, what is happening here? But let's go ahead and move on to the drama. Alright, so we have Sequoia deciding to confront Denise. Because, as we know previously, Denise, she was saying, oh, hey, I thought that the mom was the daughter, but really, you're the daughter. Oh my gosh, you both are beautiful. Or however she worded that. So Sequoia is feeling some type of way. She's like, oh, well, I don't know if you were trying to say I looked old. I don't know what the problem is or whatever. And Denise is like, girl, there is no problem. You already know, Denise is not that type of person. So when they basically squash it, Denise kind of like rolls her eyes like, this is stupid. You know what I mean? I don't even think she was more so rolling her eyes specifically at Sequoia. I think it was just this whole situation, because usually when people compliment someone's mom like that, like, oh my gosh, your mom looks so young, nobody takes offense to it. Nobody. However, Sequoia, she's a little bit off in the head. Now, after these girls are kind of, getting into it, at least Sequoia is trying to get into it, who comes out of nowhere with commentary? Cree. Cree came out of nowhere with, it looks like you just have a problem with all the Simmons. And I'm just like, okay, how would you know that considering you haven't talked to this girl? And even Sequoia was kind of taken aback, like, what are you talking about? So this Cree is like, well, I talked to Savannah and I said, ooh, isn't this familiar? Savannah, stop running your mouth. You sit up here and you kind of keep the mess going. I can already see that. You are the bone carrier. So at one point you had Denise going off, and you could clearly tell that she was going off on the production of the show, because she's like, y'all already know my situation, but if y'all want to go there, we can go there. That was basically her telling the production, like, you already know I'm pregnant. I'm trying to have, the safest pregnancy as possible, and this is the kind of drama that y'all bring to me. So I completely get it. If she wanted to set it off, she could have set it off. Next thing you know, there's all this commotion, and Sequoia, she picks up a glass, and I'm like, are you about to throw a drink on her or throw the whole glass? Like, what do you think this is? And then next thing you know, JoJo rushes in because, of course, that's his wife. And Denise is pissed off. Denise is gone and she's pissed off. And in that moment, I was like, I can tell that Denise is the type of person who is extremely sweet, a good-hearted person, but don't press her. Because if you press her, you gonna meet somebody that you ain't gonna like. See, I knew I liked Denise. So, overall, though, I will say, at this point, Sequoia, you have already rubbed most of the cast the wrong way, considering of all the people for you to go against. Denise, yeah, we're not seeing it for you, sweetheart. We're not. Alright, so then we see Cree and Vanessa. They are talking to each other. Basically, Cree just wanted to tell her about, how the showcase went. Everything went good. However, there was someone trying to press Denise. Now, when Cree is telling her the story about Sequoia, Vanessa has no idea who this girl is. Vanessa don't know no Sequoia, ain't never heard of her. So then with Cree has to bring up the fact that, yeah, she had an issue with Denise that day, but her main problem was your sister Angela, because at some point they dated the same guy. And Vanessa's like, well, which guy was it? Because as we know, Angela, she's dated a couple of people, but girl, what guy is it for you to be tripping like this and you still are tripping years later? So Cree's like, I don't even know who it is. But yeah, according to her, Angela kind of broke up their happy home. And I'm just like, girl, clearly it wasn't that happy, because if he wanted you, he would have stayed with you. But clearly that's not what he wanted, whoever this guy is. But yeah, Vanessa basically says that we're done with Sequoia. She ain't never got to come around, pretty much. So I feel like moving forward, if she does come back for the next season, if they bring Sequoia back, they're going to treat her how they treated Brianna seasons ago, where Brianna couldn't film with everybody. Brianna wouldn't be invited to places. I definitely feel like that's what's going to happen to Sequoia. But honestly, she brought that on herself, considering you're the newbie on the block. If anything, you should try to make nice with everybody that's here. Alright, now let's go ahead and talk about JoJo and Denise, because we see them there at home. Denise is, I think she was like going over words with their daughter Mia, who is so cute. And they just had this conversation about what happened that night. And JoJo was like, listen, I don't know what happened, but at the same time, it's like, we are trying to get you to have a safe pregnancy. However, Denise is like, I understand that, but nobody's about to come for me, especially considering I don't know this girl. I ain't never met her before, but if she wants to go there, we can go there. And I said, all right, Denise, you with it? Okay. Oh, and I also forgot that they did tell their daughter that Denise is having a baby, and she was super duper happy, and she wants a little sister. But I think that they're actually going to have a boy this time, so we'll see, because Denise hasn't had the baby yet in real life, so we'll see. Let's go ahead and move on to the next scene. We also saw a clip of Twist talking to Brianna where he was just telling her how, how great she did. He wished that she was there so she could hear Brad's feedback. And he also updates her on the drama that happened between Sequoia and, what's her name? Denise. And she even was like, why would anybody come for Denise? Like, Denise is a sweetheart. Stop that. All right, now let's go ahead and hop on over to Angela. She is having her photo shoot. I must say she looks amazing. Now, when she said that she was doing this photo shoot, I did not think that she meant just taking some photos on her balcony and then putting them in this calendar. I thought she was doing like a legit photo shoot, like she's in Miami. I'm thinking like she's gonna be on the beach. I'm thinking real what's it called? Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. You know how they do like all the different shots on like the beach and stuff? That's where my mind went. Not just you taking bikini shots on your balcony. Like, it sounds like it's literally going to be looking like her Instagram page just in a calendar. But okay, girl. So Vanessa, she actually arrives, and Vanessa feels like her body is not up to par to actually take photos. But I'm just like, I wish that she would have done it, just because I feel like, Vanessa, your body looks great, girl. Cut it out. Oh, and I forgot to mention that Vanessa asked her sister, like, what is this whole calendar for? And I feel like Angela doesn't really have a real answer. This is just something for her to do. Honestly, I think that this is just something for her to make money from and her to just do, to say that she did it. Angela also mentions that she may want to have a boob job in the future, but as of right now, she's not going to get one. Now, let's go ahead and move on. So now that I have gotten all of the Simmons drama out the way, I'm going to go ahead and talk about TT, Sam, Egypt, Sean, this whole meeting that happened, because honestly, that was pretty much the episode. It was the little bit of the showcase. The rest was about the Simmons family, and then we talked about the Peppa family, because that was the episode. We didn't hear anything about what's that kid's name? We didn't hear about Brianna, really. We didn't hear about Twist. We didn't hear about Lil Easy, Cree, nobody. To be honest, Boogie. And considering this was the finale, but let me just go ahead and talk about these people. First of all, you have Egypt and Pep and Sam. They're in the car and they're, trying to prep each other on how they're going to go into these meetings, because there's actually going to be two meetings. There is one for the guys and there is one for the women. Now, let's go ahead and start with the guys, because we have Tretch basically leading this meeting. Sam's there, Sean's there, and Tyran is there. No offense, but Tyran served no purpose. He didn't even need to be there. When it came to Sam and Sean, honestly, I feel like there is no beef between them. I just feel like Sean gonna ride for his girl, Sam is gonna ride for his. Now, who do I feel like should have issue with the other person? I definitely feel like Sean should have issue with Sam, considering Sam has said all types of things about TT. Even from this season alone, he kept talking about TT and how she wants the fame and she wants this, she wants that. And yes, he may not have been a part of the rumors that the auntie and Egypt and Peppa started, but Sam has always been involved in the mess this entire time. Let's not act like he hasn't. So the guys basically agree that they are going to be cordial with each other, whatever that means. And let's just go ahead and move on. All right, now let's get into the conversation that the ladies had. Because first of all, when they first got there, you have Peppa and her sister. They're just trying to be nice to each other. Ooh, I like your hair. Ooh, I like this. Listen, girl, that is not what we're here for. I cracked up when TT told Siri, set a timer for 60 minutes, aka that is as long as I'm going to tolerate this foolishness. let's go ahead and get to the nitty gritty. So, first off, I feel like throughout this entire conversation, TT never got to fully express how she felt because Peppa and Egypt kept cutting her off. However, you can never cut Egypt off. You can never question anything that Egypt had to say because, of course, in her mind, she is always right. For example, Egypt going on that rant about how she's a queen and how she was birthed from royalty, blah, 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 blah. Girl, hip-hop royalty? Does that even have any meaning or matter in life? Stop acting like your mama is Queen Elizabeth. Because even that don't even hold weight like that. So I don't even understand why she feels like TT was trying to take her spot or take her shine. Because yes, the reason why TT is on this show is because she is Peppa's niece and y'all had her on the show when you first got on here. That's not her fault. Y'all the ones who brought her on this show because let's call a thing here. Y'all brought TT on before you even brought Tyran on. So for you to sit up here and be mad because TT now has some type of fame, what are you mad for? So also the fact that she acts like TT wanted to be Peppa's daughter and take her shine, I'm just like, not trying to be funny, Egypt, but TT was probably more so raised by your mom than you were, considering she's way older than you. Wait, actually, no, I take that back. Because TT and Tyran were actually raised together, and I think that Maureen probably raised them more so than anything else. Like, I really hate the fact that Egypt got up there talking about some, TT, you've had all these lies, you've said all these lies, and when TT was like, okay, say the lie, what did I say was a lie? Egypt couldn't say anything. Only thing she kept saying was, TT, you've lied on my character, and people have judged me because I dated Sam and all this stuff. And I'm just like, Egypt, what are you talking about? And especially when she said that she would ruin her reputation. I'm like, Egypt, you're doing that on your own. And secondly, what reputation? Who cares about Egypt? Nobody. And I'm not even trying to be rude or funny, but I'm just saying, like, Egypt is sitting up here acting like she's Angela. And I get it. A lot of people don't like Angela Simmons. But at the end of the day, Angela has kind of made a name for herself. When I think Angela Simmons, I don't automatically think, oh, that's just Reverend Run's daughter. I don't. However, if someone mentions Egypt Chris, I'm like, who? Who is that? Oh, that's Peppa's daughter? Yeah, okay. Like, girl, you're not that important. Also, I forgot to mention, I love the fact that Maureen had kind of called Egypt out. It was like, don't sit up here and act like my daughter is the one who ruined your reputation when you are the one who has stirred a lot of stuff up. You're the one who fought Brianna. That was all you, sweetheart. So don't sit up here and try to blame TT for something that you've done. So when they talk about how, you know, Dawn has been brought into this, and TT makes sure she says, yeah, you guys brought Sean into this, and that is where I draw the line. And if y'all paid attention, did y'all notice how Egypt kept making this face as if she didn't understand where does Sean come into this? Girl, you sat up there and said that he cheated on this girl. That's where Sean comes into this, because y'all sat up there and lied. Because, oh my gosh, this conversation was so frustrating. Especially once we have TT asking Peppa, when were we together in Jamaica? Because Pep kept saying, well, you told me that in Jamaica. You told me that in Jamaica. And she's like, girl, when were we in Jamaica together? That was like 3-4 years ago. I said, wait a second. So, y'all just brought this up on the show of something that happened 3-4 years ago, and you're acting so nonchalant about it. Y'all did lie on that man. Like, you literally said that he was cheating on her as if he was actively cheating on her in the moment after she's had this baby. Are you kidding me? And neither one of them took accountability for that. That's the part that really pissed me off, is that neither one of them said, you know what, TT, we were wrong for spreading that rumor amongst the cast of this show, as well as putting that out in the public when it's not even true. Oh my gosh, so when TT was over it, you know, she got up, she was about to walk out, and then you have Pep over here tattletelling to Maureen, like, do you see what she's doing? She's walking out, she's always catching an attitude, she only wants things to go her way, and I'm just like, you guys have yet to apologize for the things that you have done. Now, y'all, let's get to the hysterics of Egypt, because at one point in this argument, she just went into this whole mode of, oh my God, why are we even caring about what TT's talking about? Because I'm the victim. It happened to me. I got ignored. Oh my God, why isn't anyone listening to me? I'm the victim. I'm the victim. And all you can hear is Maureen in the back. You are not a victim. Egypt, you are not the victim. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, but I just thought that was so funny. So at one point, you have, not TT, what's this girl? Egypt. She's over here talking about how, you know, TT has tortured her and Sam. You know, they have just been going through it. And I'm just like, Egypt is putting on a show right now. Egypt is acting at this point, because there is no way you believe that you have done nothing and your cousin has done all the wrong. Well, you know what? She's delusional just like her mama is, so she probably does believe this. So TT sort of kind of apologizes. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention. After that, Egypt apologized. She's like, you know, I'm sorry. But this was after the fact that I was tortured. So basically, she's apologizing, but not really. Because at the end of the day, she said, I apologize for telling your business, even though the business that she told was a lie. By Egypt, TT ends up sort of kind of apologizing, and then the family pretend like everything is good. Clearly, it's not good. The guys end up coming in and again, pretending like everything is good, and it's not good. That was pretty much the episode of Growing Up Hip Hop. That was the season finale. We'll see what they have next season. I mean, I'm hoping that it will just be like a part 2 to this season, considering I feel like nothing really happened this entire season. As far as storylines go. Like, Angela had a boyfriend, then she didn't. Vanessa did not have a storyline. Savannah was just a ball carrier who took out a PPP loan. Cree has been whining about how she wants to spend time with her dad. JoJo, he did finally put on a showcase. He finally did something. Brianna was accused of being an alcoholic, even though it seems like she's only an alcoholic in Boogie's eyes. Boogie, he had nothing going on besides trying to attempt to date Savannah, but he was too broke for her. What else? Twist, we hardly saw Twist this season. Lil Easy had nothing going on. Is there any other cast member that I'm missing, y'all? I think I might have covered everybody. Oh wait, Sam and Egypt, they started OnlyFans, and that was pretty much it for them, because we didn't see them get married. We didn't see them do anything. I honestly feel like nobody wanted to film with them, which I understand. Now, let's just go ahead and get into this Tasha K interview. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I have never watched a Tasha K video. I'm not familiar with her like that. All I know is, once I saw the video and the way she set Sam up, I said, oh, Tasha K is not somebody to play with. Because basically you have Egypt and Sam there. They are, you know, just having a regular old interview. She's asking them about their life and how was it, you know, for Sam growing up? How was it for Egypt growing up? Where has Egypt been able to travel to because her mom's famous and all this stuff, right? And then she goes on to ask them, oh, is your relationship like just you two, or are you guys open, or are you guys able to date other people? Like, what's the situation? And of course, they're over here talking over each other. It's just us. It's just us. We only want to be with each other. We only want to be with each other. Baby, when Tasha said, well, Egypt, I want to send you something. I want to send you something on your DM. So she actually sends her some messages, and it is between Sam and some other woman. So Sam is hot. Sam is pissed off in this interview because this interview has taken a turn and he doesn't know what to do. So he's going on and on about how, you know, he doesn't know who this person is. People keep trying to start these things and lies about him. And you have Egypt. You know that meme that has been going around that I'ma stick beside him? Egypt is the poster child for that, because she is just, you know, people try to create all these fake things to pretend like them and Sam have something going on, but it's not true, and blah blah blah. It's like, girl, Sam is probably talking to those people. Cut it out. So I feel like Egypt wasn't even trying to hear what Tasha had to say. She was just more so trying to follow the lead of wherever Sam was going, because Sam was kind of pissed off. He was spazzing out. He was, you know, threatening Tasha about how he was going to sue her if this interview came out and all this stuff. And he honestly, to me, he lasted through that interview a lot longer than I even expected him to last. Like, it was a very frustrating interview to watch, just because you can clearly see that Egypt is embarrassed, but Sam is constantly talking over her, and when she tries to chime in, she is still trying to take up for Sam. And Tasha was like, listen, girl, I've been in your shoes before, you know, to where like you date somebody, you think everything's good, and it's not. And Egypt is like, no, you don't know our situation. You don't know what our relationship is. You don't know all this stuff. It's like, well, she asked y'all, are y'all only dating each other? And y'all said yes. So clearly there's some type of issues happening in your relationship. So Sam ends up getting super worked up and he cuts off the video. But was Tasha K done? No. She is actually on the line with the person who Sam was cheating on Egypt with. So allegedly, this is all alleged, he was seeing a trans woman by the name of Mia, I believe. And the person was having an interview with Tasha K, and Tasha was just asking her questions like, you know, how'd you meet Sam? Did he ever pay you? All this stuff. But what we gathered was that Mia actually liked some of Sam's photos, and then they were kind of talking on DM, I think. And then they started talking on Snapchat, and come to find out, he deleted all of the messages, of course. So unfortunately, she has some of them, but not all of the messages. They did meet up once, they hooked up, and that was pretty much that. So there is a chance that Sam has been cheating on Egypt this entire time, or there's also a chance that she just lets him roam and do whatever he wants to do. My personal opinions on it is, you know what? Egypt, be as dumb as you want to be. Because clearly that has been your goal since you have started dating Sam. You want to be as dumb as you could possibly be, because clearly you're going to stick around with Sam. Now let's just go ahead and wrap this video on up. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.